Let's suppose that in the course of running the tutorials or something you're doing against our Northwind IB sample database, you've somehow corrupted it. Maybe you've deleted something, maybe you've overwritten it here, and you'd kind of like to get back to square one. How would you do that most expeditiously? Well, fortunately, in the installation database, this happens to be, not database, the directory where you installed DevForce 2010, this happens to be mine. You can see that we have the two Northwind files, the MDF and the LDF log file there. So you know we got a safe copy. Now you could do it the old-fashioned way and copy it into your SQL Server data directory and attach it after you detached Northwind, or you could do it the other way I'm about to show you. Let me shut that. Now, no matter what you do, we're going to detach Northwind, and because we've already viewed it inside SQL Server Management Studio, we're going to jiggle it a little. We're going to disconnect it, and then we're going to reconnect the SQL Server Manager. Otherwise, it'll block us from detaching. Anyway, I open the databases back up. There we go. Right mouse click, tasks, detach. And I will be able to successfully detach Northwind now. See, it's gone. And now this is where I would do the copy and detach if I wanted to do it that way, but we do fortunately provide in Windows All Programs, find DevForce 2010, we do provide a tool to do it for you. It's called the Database Installer. And you have to give permission. It requires administrative permission, and so you say yes, and it should have done it successfully. Now we come back in SQL Server, and we don't see it yet, but if we refresh our databases, there it is. Let's go find out if we actually did succeed in restoring this. We'll open up the employee table, and let's see what we got. Yes, indeed. Nancy's right back where she was when we started. That's a reasonably quick way to do it. In talking about restoring the Northwind IB database, it occurs to me the context of that was that you were dealing with a recent copy of the Northwind database, and you had accidentally corrupted it through trying the tutorials and so forth. You would not be at risk of having schema changes as well as data changes. But it's possible that actually the Northwind database that you're restoring is of a more recent vintage than the one you built against. By the way, when we install a new version of DevForce, we don't overwrite the Northwind IB if there's already one there. We leave it in place. So if you were to now come along and try and do this restoration, and if for some reason in the most recent version of DevForce we had updated the Northwind IB database and changed its schema, which we rarely ever do, but just in case, you would then find that your application would fail because you had built against a different schema. So this is my safety step here. You should open up your Northwind EDMX in the Entity Framework Designer and update from model. And you don't need to change anything, you just want to finish. And everything should look like this. And I'm one of those guys that likes to validate and make sure that there were no errors when I validated. And now you've done what you need to do, and you can build and run. Again, this is just a safety step you would never have to take unless the schema had changed.